Over the past few years, I've spent thousands of dollars on trying to glow up. And I've done a lot of things. Some of them were quite expensive, and some of them were actually free. And a lot of times, the price tag didn't actually match up to the impact. So, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through some of my best and my worst investments so you can know what's actually worth spending your money on and what you can skip. And some of the results might shock you a little bit. Okay, so let's start with the high ticket items. And one that might be a little controversial, and that is injectables. So I waited until the age of 32 to ever try any sort of injectables. So I am by no means an expert in this area. In fact, I actually just did it for the first time about 2.5 weeks ago. So not even all of the results are fully kicked in yet. But what I can say is that I have seen an improvement in my appearance and therefore in my confidence from having injectables. However, for the price tag, I wouldn't say that it has had the biggest bang for the buck, you know? There are certain areas where I would absolutely inject again. For example, my 11s, I love that I no longer have a crease in between my forehead. I can no longer scowl angrily at people. And I also got a lip flip. So you can actually for the first time ever see my top lip when I smile. And it's still a little bit uneven because one side of my lip actually flipped better than the other. So I had to go back in for a touch up. I also got masseter Botox, which is going to be one of the more expensive areas because it is such a strong muscle. And I haven't really seen that kick in yet on me, but I have seen on others that it can really change your face shape and can definitely be something that adds confidence to someone if that's something that you are self-conscious about. So those are areas of my face where I'm very glad that I got Botox. I would say that would probably be a 3.5 or a 4 out of 5 stars. And then there's other areas. I got a brow lift, can't tell a difference. I got Botox in my chin to see if that would help with my rippling here. I can't tell a difference there either. So all of that to say, Botox I think can absolutely have an impact. Overall, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it really can change your face shape. It can help you just feel like a more enhanced version of yourself. It's not going to dramatically change how you look, but it might help you feel a little bit more comfortable or a little bit more confident in how you look. Next, let's talk about lip filler. I actually posted a video talking about how I was potentially going to get lip filler. Did end up getting lip filler, but this was definitely one of the most controversial topics. A lot of people are very for or very against it. However, I love the results that I've seen. I had basically no lips before, and now I have a little bit there. I feel more feminine, but I feel completely like myself. Like, I don't think it changed how I looked at all. It just made me feel like a little bit more youthful and vibrant version of myself. So for lip filler, I would give it a 4 out of 5. Okay, the next thing we're gonna talk about is medical grade skincare and or monthly facials. This is one that is very expensive and honestly, I have not seen a lot of results from. I've been using medical grade skincare for 3 months now and my skin doesn't really look any different. It seems like you can get very similar results with drugstore products. And as for monthly facials, for over a year, I was going every single month and I was getting a facial, which came with dermaplaning or a chemical peel. I noticed very little difference in my skin. It looked really good for a couple days afterwards, maybe, but overall, it didn't really have a big impact. And for $120 a month, I would have expected a little bit more. So for that, I'm gonna give that 2 out of 5 stars. Okay, the next one has a very big price tag. However, I am going to give it a 5-star rating, and that would be my breast augmentation. I think you probably can tell why I am so happy with this change, but it's something that it's great for my marriage. My husband loves them. It's great for my confidence. I just feel like I fit in my shirts so much better than I did before. And it was at a point before where I was wearing tops that were too small and honestly a little bit suffocating because I just wanted to have a little bit of an enhancement in the chest and not look like I was flat chested. So now that I actually have something there, I can wear my actual size of top, which is amazing. So I can breathe. I just feel more feminine and sexy. Like, I've noticed that I am not as concerned with my weight fluctuating on a day-to-day basis because honestly, the boobs can be the outfit sometimes. So I think that's something where it's taken attention off of areas that I maybe don't love as much. And it's given me a new thing to really love and appreciate. And I know that sounds so funny, but it's something that I didn't do from a place of insecurity, right? I had already loved my body. I had already worked very hard on gaining glutes and doing all of the kind of fitness things that you can do to make your body better. But one thing that you can't do is grow boobs in the gym. So this is one thing that you can really only achieve by doing something like plastic surgery. And I absolutely love the results. I love how it makes me feel. I love that it's something my husband gets to enjoy as well. And yeah, it's something that has been completely worth it for me. I got this surgery only a few months ago, and I'm already absolutely thrilled with my results. The recovery wasn't too terrible. Let me know if you want me to go in depth on what the healing process was like or how I came to this conclusion or anything like that. I'm an open book. But yeah, we're going to give this one a 5 out of 5. And then last but certainly not least in this high ticket category is investing in a personal trainer, an at-home gym, or a fancy gym membership. These are things that, oh my gosh, if you actually invest in your health and you take it seriously, your confidence will skyrocket. For me, getting into fitness was essentially the catalyst for all of the growth that I've had in my life. It is how I first got introduced to a relationship with God, to personal development, to taking care of myself and actually properly fueling myself. And it has absolutely changed my entire life, like hands down, absolutely changed my life. So this is something that is so good for your health and longevity as well as your appearance. And honestly, the way that you'll think about yourself. I now know that I am a person who takes care of herself, and that gives me so much more confidence and so much more energy. It's one of the best things that I've ever done for myself, and I would 10 out of 10 recommend this. This is absolutely 5 stars. I will say I'm a little biased because I am a personal trainer myself, but honestly, even if it's just getting a gym membership that you love to go to or investing in gym equipment to have at home, it is absolutely worth it. Okay, moving on to some of the mid-price things. Number 1, color analysis. I got my colors done professionally. I know there's ways you can do this with ChatGPT. I don't know how accurate that is. I actually went to a professional and it was so cool to see. My entire closet is very harmonious. Like all of the colors that I wear go together and they all help me feel my very best without makeup on. And knowing your colors can absolutely change your appearance. I would give this a 4.5, if not a 5 stars. I am a soft autumn. This has helped me pick out what colors of makeup are good for me, what colors of clothing are good for me, hair colors, all of the things. And I would highly, highly recommend it. Next, we're gonna talk about this baby right here, the Oura ring. I love my ring. It has given me access to so much data. I am a data nerd, but you can see things like how well am I sleeping? How do certain things that I'm doing actually impact my overall health and my rest and my recovery? You can track your cycle. It's so beneficial for you to get to know your body. And this ring is a great way of doing that. It's just another way to make sure you're tuned into how healthy you actually are, how well you're sleeping, and your sleep is absolutely key to not only how you feel about yourself, but also how you look. If you are not getting proper rest, you're not going to look your best. Your body's not going to have the chance to heal. Your skin isn't going to have the chance to regenerate. So investing in an Oura ring has been absolutely worth it to me. One other thing that I have invested in the mid-tier is I paid $175 for an app, Quoves, if you've seen my other video, to tell me how I could be more attractive. Well, you can judge for yourself what you think about the report, but in my opinion, it was very lacking and it didn't actually give me any insights that truly helped change anything. The data was interesting and it made a cool video, but I would say overall, I would rank this a 1 star. Overall, I would say I would rank this a 1 star. Now, if you are still here, you are in for a treat because all of the things that I have in this category are low cost and high impact. So this is the best place for you to start. These are the foundational things. If you do these, you will feel so much better and you won't have to spend a ton of money. So I would recommend doing everything in this section before you invest in anything else. Okay, so first up, RapidLash. This eyelash serum has changed the game for me. And I know you might not be looking at me and saying, oh, her eyelashes are amazing, but you should have seen what I was working with before. I have used several other lash serums and this one is the only one that actually has helped. Like I have eyelashes now. I wake up every day and I curl my eyelashes because there's actually something there to see. And that is something that I did not have for the first 31 and a half years of my life. But I've only been using it for like 4 months now and there is an absolute noticeable change. I would give this a 5-star rating. The next thing that I would recommend that you invest in if you're trying to glow up and be more beautiful is a good at-home nail kit. For a while, I was using press-ons, and I just recently switched to doing soft gel at home. And something about it, I just feel so much more put together when I have nails. Like, this isn't even like a crazy color. Like, it's very neutral and they're not crazy long. These are my real nails, and I just feel so much prettier. It does take quite a bit of time, but for me, it's so much more soothing to be able to like sit at home, watch some YouTube videos, and paint my own nails at home. So a very cheap investment. I think I got my whole kit for like less than $50, and it makes a huge difference. Next thing that I think you absolutely should invest in is your sleep health. Whatever you need to do to have better sleep, it is worth investing in. For me, some very simple ways to do this are having great bedding. I have organic cotton sheets and a nice duvet and great pillowcases, and it has helped my sleep so much. I also use a sleep mask every single night. It's silk, so it's good for your skin and your hair. Same with the pillowcase that I use. I have slept way better. Prior to this year of really investing in my sleep health, I had been getting scores that were like 70 to 75 on average, like almost all of the time. Now, a bad night of sleep for me is anything below 85. I am in the 85 to 95 range almost every single night, and it is the best thing ever. And a lot of that has to do with your sleep hygiene, but some of the actual things that I've bought is a red lamp to use at nighttime so you don't have to have overhead lights, a great pillowcase, sleep mask, sound machine if that's helpful for you, and great sheets, all of which I will link below. If you are getting good sleep, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better, you're just going to radiate magnetic energy. It is 100% worth it. 5-star rating, invest in your sleep. Okay, now we're getting into a little bit of depth. But hear me out because it will absolutely change your life if you let it. One of the first things that I'm going to suggest is mindfulness, meditation, and journaling. Anything in that realm can really help you to find more self-love, because people who are truly magnetic, they're people who love themselves from within. It's not because they've invested so much in their appearance, although there's nothing wrong with that. If you invest a ton of money in your appearance and a ton of time and energy into your appearance, but you're not doing anything to actually build that confidence from within, you will never feel worthy. And the more worthy you feel, the more you love yourself, the more you will glow and the more you will radiate. And that's just a fact. I promise you, the people who you are the most drawn to, the people who seem like they have the most life and energy and vitality to them, are the people who have found confidence within and truly love themselves. So I would highly suggest you pick at least one of these things, mindfulness, meditation, or journaling, to really get to know yourself better and to fall more in love with yourself. I know it's cliche, but genuinely, the more you love yourself, the better you will look and the better you will feel. Okay, another huge one that is so important to me. If you really want to glow up, you can get sober. I know, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying, I haven't had a drop of alcohol or done a drug in over 5 years. And I used to be a little bit of a raging alcoholic. I was a party girl in college, but I have been completely sober for almost 5 years in June. And this is the best I've ever felt. This is the best I've ever looked, because alcohol is literally poison. You are poisoning your body when you're putting alcohol into your system. It takes away from your sleep. It takes away from your digestion. It takes away from all of the good things that your body is doing, because it has to break down the alcohol that's within your system. And not to mention, alcohol, a lot of times, a lot of the things you do when you're drinking it, at least me, cause a lot of shame. And maybe you feel confident when you're drinking it, but when you come down from that high, or when you sober up, your confidence tends to be a lot lower. So you don't have to quit alcohol, but I'm just saying, if you are truly serious about glowing up, it is a great place to start. Take a couple weekends off to begin with. Try just cutting back a ton and see how it makes you feel. See if you're sleeping better. See if you're feeling better. See if your skin clears up. Just do a little experiment and see how you feel, because it has changed way more than just my appearance. It has absolutely changed my life, and I'm more than happy to make a full video about my journey to sobriety if that's something that interests you, but absolutely 5-star rating. Another thing that will absolutely help you glow up and is absolutely $0 is doing a challenge like 75 hard, for example. I am currently going through this challenge and I'm vlogging the entire thing if you want to watch it, but having better habits and a better routine is something that can absolutely change your life. I am only a month into this challenge and I've already felt it transforming me. You become a sum of what your habits are. So if you every single day are doing little actions that help you become your best self, you are going to glow. You are going to have so much internal confidence. Highly recommend doing some sort of challenge, or at the very least, tracking your habits. Now, this one is last but certainly not least, and that is developing a relationship with a higher power of your own understanding. So, to me, I am a Christian. That is a relationship with Jesus. I am not a religious person, but I have a very, very deep relationship with God. And I love worship music. I love going to church. I love all of these things, but it is a very personal relationship. There are a lot of things that people who are religious would probably say that I'm not a Christian because I believe certain things. I don't think you're going to go to hell if you don't believe in Jesus, for example. I just want you to understand how much having a relationship with a higher power can absolutely change your life. It gives you meaning, it gives you purpose, it gives you hope, it gives you courage, it gives you so many things. I know for a fact that I would not be sober if it wasn't for me building a relationship with God. I know I would not be the kind of person that I am today if it weren't for my relationship with God. There is no way that I would feel confident enough to sit down in front of a camera and talk about all of these things if I did not have a relationship with God. Let me know if you want me to talk more about this. If you ever have any questions, this is one of my favorite things to talk about ever. So I totally understand why religion can push people away and make you think that you don't want a relationship with God because of religion. But I promise you, relationship with God and religion can be two completely separate things. And having a relationship with God can absolutely change your life. So 5 stars, honestly, I would give it 10 stars if I could. So I hope you found some of the information in this video helpful to you. I know that when I started this journey, I really thought that investing in my appearance and doing the more expensive things were going to be what gave me that confidence. But I can say, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, the most impactful things have been the free things that I mentioned at the end. So yes, there are definitely some ways that you can spend money to fix your physical appearance, but there are so many other things that you can do that are so much deeper and so much longer lasting. They might not be as simple as just handing over your credit card and paying for something, but they are absolutely worthwhile. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for being here. I have linked down below anything that I've talked about in this video if you're interested in checking it out yourself. But otherwise, I am currently doing the 75 hard challenge. I am currently trying to become the hottest version of myself and really just trying to optimize this current season of life that I'm in my early 30s, no kids yet, married, trying to become the absolute best version of myself. So if that is something that resonates with you, I would love it if you'd stick around and subscribe. And again, like I said before, if there's anything that I have talked about that you want to hear more in depth on, I am an open book. And also, I am happy to be a guinea pig. So if there's anything that I didn't mention, like peptides or lasers or anything like that, that you would love to try, but you want to see someone else do it first, I'm happy to be your guinea pig. Just comment down below, let me know what you are interested in seeing, and maybe we can make it happen. By the way, I'm Jackie, if we haven't met yet, and I am so grateful that you have decided to watch this video. Please comment down below. I would love to hear from you, and until next time, I hope you have the very best day ever.